people have been asking for some video. So here's some fucking video. I don't like doing this because I feel like I may clam up a little bit, but we're back. I'm doing it alone again. I have not wanted to do this. I don't know why. Lately, I've just been kind of like, and yes, I sit on the floor. I like to sit on the floor when I do it alone. So there's that, if you're wondering. But I haven't been wanting to do this. I've been just kind of like, I don't know. I haven't been wanting to talk too much by myself. But it's been a couple weeks since I've done this, and I've been reading this book by Carl Jung, Man and His Symbols. It's about, like, Carl Jung was like a psychologist who studied the subconscious and dreams. And I don't dream a lot. That's the thing. I don't have a lot of dreams. Every time I wake up, I don't remember. If I do dream, it's very rare that I remember it. And when I do, and most of the time I don't. So this is new for me. I've been kind of wanting to like understand like what's really going on behind the scenes and whatnot of my head, because it's been a little, not lately. Lately, it's actually been kind of clear, but the last couple weeks have been, I've been a little bumpy. The road's been a little bumpy lately, and it's, I just haven't been balanced, and I know why. There are a couple things that have been happening. I'm not going to get into, but that have left me a little unbalanced and a little sort of like unsteady. And it took me a really, it's been taking a while. And honestly, like my first instinct when I was feeling like shit was just to kind of go, all right, I don't want to do anything. I don't feel like doing much of anything. But I forced myself to get up. I'm like, all right, I got to do mics. I got to do this. I got to make sure I keep doing comedy, keep doing it every day. And every time I did that, I felt better. I was like, okay, like I need to be doing this. I don't want to go to the gym, but I went to the gym. And it was just kind of like it's like, you know what? Like the only way out is through, which is not anything fucking revolutionary. Everyone knows that. But it's hard to like put into practice. You just got to hammer away and keep going. All right, I got to keep working on me. So I got this book to try to understand it and understand myself a little more. Because I love that shit. Like I love learning about the mind and stuff like that. I do read fiction books as well, but it's such an easy way to break down what's going on in your head, you know? And I'm like a quarter of the way through maybe, and it's been fucking helpful, like to understand. The funny thing is I actually had a dream. Like I first started, and I had a dream not too long ago, a couple nights ago. And I dreamt that I knew exactly how to play the guitar. And it was the strangest thing ever. It was like I knew I could feel the fucking chords on my fingers. And I played for a little bit. I don't know how to play the guitar. Like if we're going to be real honest here, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But in the dream, I knew it. Like I knew it really well. And there was someone there watching me, someone in my life. And I'm not going to say who. But I woke up and I was like, the fuck does that mean? And that was a couple days ago. And lately, I've been feeling a little more in tune with myself. And I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know if this is actually, it's in my own head and I'm just breaking it down, trying to, with the little knowledge that I have because I'm an idiot. But I was like, maybe I'm more in tune with myself. Because the last couple weeks, I wasn't, and I was fucking sucking on stage, and it's funny, now that I'm sort of not out of the woods, because I'm still not feeling the best, but I'm feeling better, and I've been really doing well on stage. I've been doing the best I've ever done, and I think that has something to do with it. I think that dream was like, all right, you're in tune with yourself, like you know how to play yourself again. Like for a minute there, you forgot. And getting on stage and it's so effortless. I'm just not I mean, I never really thought on stage. I always was kind of like in the moment. It's the only place where I'm really in the moment with anything. And it was kind of, I think that dream was just like, all right, hey, you're getting back to where you were. it's so interesting when you're not thinking about the bullshit that you can't control, how much better you are at life. You know, how much better you handle things. Like I said, my performance is just fucking, and I'm doing things I didn't normally do. I'm kind of losing it on stage now. I'm kind of like letting it go and just fucking, like, I'm asking myself now, and I got this from my friend from Riley. Thank you, Riley, if you ever listen to this. He kept asking me, and I did this a couple times, but I never stuck with it. Of like, when I'm thinking about a topic or a premise, how does that make you feel? What does that topic make you feel? And I've been really like sitting with that, going, all right, what is this idea? How do I feel about it? And I've been taking that and going on stage and not been writing much alone, which I really should be doing still. And just going at it and using my instinct and how I feel about this thing to sort of drive. And I've been losing my mind on stage a little bit, like really. And I think seeing Brian Holtzman really helped. Just going after it, like going fucking like, all right, I don't fucking like this. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like this. And whether or not you agree, that's up to you. But you're gonna understand my stance on this take. You know what I'm saying? And it's been great. And I when I had other things on my mind, whether it was women or other stuff or alcohol or drugs, which I'm still drinking, but not as much, I couldn't figure out how I felt about anything because I was thinking about something else that wasn't in the room with me. I wasn't like, all right, what's this topic? You know, I'm going to go on stage. And normally before I go on stage, I don't think too much. I actually, I kind of let everything go. I'm just like, all right, that's the topic I'm going to hit. And then like, whatever, I know how I feel about it. Boom, it's go time. Let's go. And people have been saying to me, they're like, yo, dude, like it's like you're hitting a stride right now. You're really figuring something out here. And it's nice because I've been doing this for like 2 years now. And it feels right. It feels like me more and more. And I had that, but like I had written jokes, and I never wanted to be the guy that like does like a setup punchline, which I love. I wanted to always go and just kind of just fucking talk. Obviously, you need some structure, and that you build as you're going up. But I'm finally able to do it the way I want to do it. Obviously, I'm not even close to scratching the surface. I have so much more to go, but it's nice to finally go, oh, like it was this, and then I had a little, and that's where I'm at right now. You know, that plateau, I had a little bit of a lift, and now I'm sure there'll be another plateau. I mean, that's part of it. Because I wasn't enjoying, and maybe because I was in a shitty place, or my mind was on other things that were in my life. But I wasn't enjoying as much. I was kind of like, I don't feel like doing this. I don't want to listen to the other people talk about nonsense. And I'm listening really nicely again. I'm like kind of tuned in and going, oh, like I'm really enjoying it. I'm just there. But and that I guess leads me to the other thing that like right before I got this book, I got off the internet. I took a week off the internet, and I made a post about it, which is the most fucking sick, bizarre thing. Like, I felt like I needed to tell people that I was going to be off the internet. And I was like, oh, well, in my head, it was like, well, if people want to reach out to me, that was the thing. But it's like, really, no one's, the people who need to reach out to you are going to reach out to you. That's it. Like, it's that simple. You don't need to the people on the internet, if they really need to get a hold of you, then they'll get a hold of you. But, I made a post about it, and I got off the internet for about a week, like no social media. I just deleted it off my phone, and I didn't check it. And it was the best fucking week ever. I had no choice but to just be where I was. I didn't care what other people were doing. I didn't care what this one was up to. I didn't care what I found myself. I was like a crackhead. I was like a fucking crackhead. Where I was just like, I need to check the views, check the likes. What's this one up to? Oh, are they having fun and they're not with me? That sucks. And it's like, in reality, they're not thinking about you. No one's thinking about you. There's no reason that you should be thinking about someone else when you're fucking doing something. You know what I'm saying? And it was such a moment of clarity, and I just felt free. And I knew I had to come back on. I mean, this sounds ridiculous. It's part of the job. But I say that, but it is, but it isn't. I don't know. But I eventually came back on, and I was like, all right, I'm going to try to set a line here. Because before I was just posting to get that little hit of dopamine, like post on a story, post this, and I didn't even fucking enjoy what I was posting. That was the crazy thing. That's how deep down the rabbit hole I was going, where I was just posting to post rather than, because I always just wanted to post stand-up clips, you know? I didn't really want to get into like talking to the phone, but that seemed to be the thing that people hit. They liked it. And once in a while, I enjoy doing it. If it's a topic I think is really funny or something I think would be interesting, then I'll do it. But I never wanted to do that. I just wanted to post stand-up clips, which this is how you know everyone's fucked up. They enjoy the videos of me screaming at my phone more than the art of getting on stage. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me that that's what people liked. And I was like, all right. And I just kept doing that more and more and more and more and post. And finally, I was getting burnt out. I was just posting shit to just, I wasn't doing it for me. I wasn't. And it drove me nuts. I was strung out. And I know that sounds like melodramatic, but I really was. I just felt like I was running on fumes. I was I'd wake up in the morning, scroll, and go. By the time 10 o'clock hit at work, I was exhausted. I was fucking exhausted. And I just needed a break. I was starting to really fucking like lose it. And I know other people can relate to this. I know it. Everyone's on there. It's crazy. The funny thing is the weekend that I was out, I went out that weekend, and I was standing in a room filled with people at one point, and everyone was looking at their phone, and I was the only one who was looking up. And it was the same feeling as if I was on my phone, because I felt alone. I was like, I in my own world, which that was just a bizarre thing that happened. But it was a really nice break, and that's why I got the book, to sort of like, all right, let's try to like get in touch with me again, you know? But I eventually got back on, which I'm on now, and I still haven't put it back on my phone. Like I'll check it a couple times during the day, and I made a rule for myself. I'm like, all right, I'm going to I'll post some songs that I like, because I really like when people share music. I love that. Like, it's kind of gay, but I really enjoy it. I'm like, I love this song. I'm going to post this. Like right now, I've been on a Chris Cornell kick. I've fucking just been can't get enough of it. So I'm like, I'll post songs, and I'll post a ranting video of me screaming at my phone if I really want to, like if I really genuinely want to. And I've just been posting every day stand-up clips. Like, that's what I want to post. And the views sucked. Like no one wants to watch that, which is crazy to me, because that's what I like. But I'm like, fuck it. Like, that's what I'm going to do. And if a big, fun mainstream topic comes up, I'll rant about it and, yelling video. But I'm not going to just post to post unless it's a stand-up clip. And I don't post those. I post those because I like those. So I set some boundaries for myself. And I do this with everything. I did it with alcohol. I did it with drugs. I did it with everything. The only thing that I haven't put a limit on myself is stand-up, because lately I've been getting up so much. I get up fucking every day, at least once, maybe twice, sometimes 3. And I always need to. It's funny, and food also is another thing. I get to that edge. I fucking indulge. I get to the edge, and I go, oh damn, I'm starting to get fat, or I'm starting to get, I've been too fucked up for for too many days. Or I've been scrolling on the internet, and then I'm very lucky that I have the turn off switch. It happens like right when it could go one way or the other, and I have it, and I go, all right, we got to backtrack here. We got to fucking, things are getting a little crazy right now. So it's I'm very fortunate in that sense to do that. What the fuck is going on here? But yeah, it's been a moment of like insane turbulence the last few weeks, last month, to some clarity. A lot of chaos, a lot of clarity. Look at that. So yeah, I've been very fortunate. I didn't think. I guess I'll do it. I'll get into it. I haven't felt like I felt the last few weeks in a long time. I felt like this many, many years ago. And it's been a strange strange feeling to sort of go, wow, okay. Like I didn't know that was going to happen again. So it's been really cool, honestly. It kind of brings you down to earth of like, oh, I'll never feel that way again. And it's like, no, you don't know. You really don't know whether it's a person or a thing or just life in general, whether your head could just turn on you. And my head has been really, really cruel lately, really cruel. And you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out, and you got to go, all right, that's happening. Whereas back in the day, I would sit around, smoke cigarettes, and do nothing. And yeah, you just never say never, You're never going to fucking know. But it's a great learning lesson of dealing with a lot of chaos in my life, or chaos that I'm creating. That's the thing. It's all in my head. It's not something that's like a terrible tragedy had happened. It's just nutty shit in my own mind. And it's great to know that, like, all right, you can deal with this. You can always deal with this. And once you get to the part where you start to get some clarity again, that's the cool part of like, oh, I didn't think I was going to feel good. Like you feel like I'm going to feel like shit forever. And now I'm feeling nice. And I go, okay, I can do that, and like, that's when you see people like who end up fucking hanging themselves or crazy shit like that. You got to just hang tight and hang tight, but push yourself. Like, all right, I'm going to fucking force myself to do these things that I know I need to do. I don't want to do them. And it'll get better. It'll get better. It always gets better if you're actually trying to get better. No one wants to feel like shit. I mean, some people enjoy it. They like to revel in that feeling, I guess, because maybe it makes them feel alive. I don't know. Sometimes, yeah, you get addicted to bad thoughts. And this is just my own personal shit. I don't know anything about how the mind works. I just know how I'm learning how my mind works. That's the thing. It's weird. It's really weird how addicting thoughts can be, and how you can just go, like, you can get crazy. And I'm telling you, the fucking internet, it really, really rots you from the inside out when you're watching everyone's life, and you're just not present ever. And the funny thing is that I think the stand-up got better. My stand-up got better because I was able to really sit and think about topics and think about things that I was like, oh, okay, what's this? And go, rather than like think about the topic, write it down, and then scroll on the internet and I forget about the topic. And then I don't have any feelings about the topic because I haven't sat with it and thought about it. The scrolling takes away when you have an idea, you write that down, you go, yeah, I'll check that later. And then you start to scroll. And yeah, you search it again, but that first initial gut instinct of like, what does this make me feel? What's going on here with this topic? How do I feel about it? It withers away. It's not there when you look at it again, or if you do look at it again, you have to sit with it for like a fucking hour. The last week, I've thought about more shit than I have in the last month. And I had a lot of distractions. The last month or two. Well, more than that. And I learned that and this is fucked up to say, but I work best when I'm living my life and I have some crazy stories to tell, but when I don't become too attached to something. And I don't know if that's toxic or not. Because you need to get attached to things. You need to like allow yourself to be open to people and experience and things. I'm open to experiences, but when you get too close to things, sometimes that's like, oh, this is what it's about now. It's with this thing. So I learned that I work better when I'm completely alone. And I don't know how good that is, because then you become like a workaholic or something. I mean, I'm addicted to doing this shit. I love it. There's no better feeling, no drug, no alcohol, no drink, nothing that's better than getting up on stage and making people feel good. There just isn't, at least not for me. And if other people did it, I think they'd understand. But the other thing is that when you start to do this, you suck at first and you can't get it. You're like, why am I doing this? And then when you start to do it and you start to fucking, I don't say I kill, but there have been a couple moments where I go, that was fucking amazing. And you just walk off and it's amazing. So, but when that's the only thing in your life, it's a double-edged sword. You know, luckily I'm still open. I'm open to having experiences of like, you know, say yes to everything. I try to. Or I go, all right, I'm going to say yes to this. And sometimes for the wrong reason, because I'm like, oh, who knows where this will go? Maybe I'll have a funny story that comes out of this, because I love the funny stories. To me are the best. That's what I go up there and I tell everybody. I'm like, you're not going to believe what the fuck happened to me. And that's the juice for me. That's my favorite shit. And it's what people really like when I say it. So, but when you isolate and you just go, I have to be careful not to go, all right, I'm not going to, there's a limit to how much you're willing to allow yourself to feel, because you don't want to get hurt by something, or you don't want to get off track, because this is the most important thing to me. Stand-up is all to not sound fucking melodramatic, but it's all I have. I mean, I have family and stuff like that, but I'm talking about like as far as going somewhere with my life that is career-oriented. It's the only thing that makes me, the only thing I ever wanted to do over and over and over again, even when it sucks. And it's so important, you know. So when you do have, like I said, it's a give and take. And I know other comics can relate to that. I'm sure other people can relate to that too, of whatever it is that they're doing, if they love it. If you're chasing the money, then maybe not. I don't know. I've never chased money ever, so I can't tell you. But I think it was relatable for everybody, of like really going after it. And, you know, I guess since I'm in a place where I spent the last couple of years alone, and I was learning about me and trying to figure out how I feel about everything, because I'm unsure about everything. I'm learning who I am. You know, I'm learning how I deal with things, and it's never going to stop. And I learn best when I'm alone, and I go, okay, let's keep doing that. That's like, this is what this time is for. And, you know, I'm 31 now, and, you know, a lot of people have told me that I said, I'm like, I've made peace with the fact I never wanted to be married. I never really wanted kids. But there are people who have told me, like, it would really suck to there not be another person with a piece of you. And that thought's been in my head a little bit lately, where I go, oh yeah, maybe it would be kind of cool to have like a little miniature version of myself, but I can't. I mean, it's not what I want right now. Maybe that'll change, but I'm too busy trying to figure me out. Like, how good of a father could I be if I don't really know who I am? You know, and how can I give better advice if I haven't figured, like, if I ever have a child comes to me and goes, hey, look, I need help with this, and that. Well, I haven't figured my shit out, so I mean, how can I really help you? You know? And that's like, even if it does ever happen, I want to be prepared for that. I want to be like, hey, look, I've picked myself apart, and you're going to have to do it too. It's the only way to learn. But at least I can be as well-rounded as I can be. And maybe that's a trap, because how well-rounded can you be if you don't know what it's like to have a person with your DNA, and raising someone is a whole other part to learn about who you are. So there's that. Wow, that got weird. Talking about children. I mean, all my friends have them, but I don't feel old. A lot of my friends are like, they're like, oh, turn 30, I'm old, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I mean, I shouldn't be doing this, or I should be doing that. And I'm just like, you know what you should be doing? Whatever the fuck you want. You know, everyone's saying 30s. I don't know what everyone else is on, what fucking crack they're smoking, but I feel fucking great as far as like physically. And sometimes, like I said, my mind's a little fucked up, but 31 is not old. You have to be out of your fucking mind. I feel like I still have a lot of time. I mean, I do, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? I still have a lot of time of me figuring myself out. I could get hit by a bus tomorrow, but I'm being patient with it. Like, I want to get somewhere, but I have to be patient, because the process is the process. And whatever happens, happens. And you got to trust that the universe is going to give you what you need. right? Right. I'm talking to my fucking self. I keep saying, you know what I mean, as if there's someone else fucking here. I'm talking to a goddamn camera. Oh, God. Fucking weird. Wow. I've been ranting and ranting. I didn't look up any articles this week, really. Although I've been talking about breast milk and male pregnancy birth control pills. That's been what I've been thinking about. Breast milk flavored ice cream and male birth control. That's been where I'm at. Those are the headlines that I read and Heinz ketchup is making a smoothie, which is just fucking disgusting. But that's what I've been thinking about lately, and it's I didn't really read much headlines. I've been just kind of like in my own world. I really like being in my own world. I do. I like being present in my space and going, I don't care what's happening outside of these four walls. And getting off the internet, man, I really suggest everyone do it. Just for a little bit. Just take a little break, because it's a really beautiful feeling when you go, I don't care what's happening. It's not real. You realize, oh my God, the internet and social media is this fake fucking thing where we believe that we're actually living on there. We're not. And I know this is not the most original take. I know everyone knows this. But having been off it for a little bit, I was like, wow. Where the fuck have I been? Not here. Just been my head in the fucking clouds. But as been trying to still live my life. I'm trying to live my life more. Maybe go on some dates, and do that. I've been out at bars lately and hanging out a little more than I used to, because I'm like, you know what? Let me just fuck it, right? But I'm gonna go out and meet more people, and because when you're learning about yourself, it's very easy to kind of close up, and you got to pick and choose the moments of when I'm gonna be alone with myself and my thoughts, and then when I go, all right, it's time for me to get out and go talk to some people and hang and have a good time, and just kind of, the funny thing is, I've been alone and off the internet. I have been thinking less, been thinking more about things that I'll go, I want to think about this, rather than allowing the little fucking intrusive thoughts peek in. When I was on the internet and on social media, the intrusive thoughts would fucking poke out, and then those are the ones I'd let in. Whereas when I got off social media, I was thinking about what I wanted to think about. Does that make any sense? Where I just went, all right, let's sit and think about this. Or think about nothing. Social media, I couldn't do that. I could not do it. I never was not thinking about bullshit. Just fucking brain rot pornography from my head. And yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this on and off thing. Maybe I'll schedule a couple reels and then stay the fuck off of it, not look. But I've been. It was the best thing. It was the thing that got me straightened out. Because like I said, I wasn't feeling very good about myself or about anything, and now I'm just going. It is what it is. You can't control things, and you gotta just keep it fucking rolling. And I really like that. I love, and everyone loves this, I'm sure, but I love being at peace. I really do. Peace of mind is fucking everything. And there'll always be worries and there'll always be things like that. But to just allow yourself to just go, everything's okay right now. Because it's so easy to get wrapped up in the idea that nothing's okay. And that's, yeah, it's really nice. And I hope this video, people were saying I'd like to see video. I guess it's better because I think everyone thought when I was talking, and maybe I did sound more depressed when I didn't have the video feed, because I kind of was just like, all right, I'm in here alone. Whereas now maybe it's more presentational, but it is honest. This is honest. Maybe I was feeling like shit, so that could be it. But yeah, got some shows coming up. I just finished a show tonight, and went fucking lost them at the end with the Vatican and fucking kids. They didn't love that. I wonder why. And but they really liked the personal stories I was telling, and it was a great show. And I got shows. I got shows. I got Friday at the Grizzly Pear Midtown, 8:45. The New York Comedy Club on the Upper West Side, 6 p.m. this Sunday. And then I'm getting on the road. I'm doing Hanover, Pennsylvania, August 30th, 8 p.m. It's Labor Day weekend. And then I'm gonna go to Austin. I'm going to check that shit out. I'm going from the September 13th to the 16th, and I want to hopefully get on some shows, maybe make a couple phone calls and find some people who could put me on, try to get on Kill Tony. That would be cool. Oh, this Saturday's Kill Tony at Madison Square Garden. I'm going to try to do that too. Well, not try. I'm going to go and hopefully get the name pulled. But well, I don't even know if anything I said made any sense. Kind of was ranting, like, and just blah, 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 like fucking vomiting my words. But it felt like it did, I think. I don't know. But people say they like to watch the personal ones, the single episodes. I do these because it's nice, but I don't know if anyone really watches them anymore. I haven't checked the views or the fucking numbers. I just don't care. So I hope this was helpful. I hope seeing my face made it a little more dynamic, you know? And I've been telling myself I'm gonna do my takes on articles and shit, but my phone is recording, and I just didn't think about it. I just haven't. I don't know. Breast milk flavored ice cream. That's fucking crazy. That's insane. There are men ordering breast milk flavored ice cream. What the fuck are we doing? You're supposed to drink breast milk in private. You're not supposed to ever fucking let people know that you want to drink breast milk, right? I hope I'm not the only one who thinks this. They're like, oh no, that's empower women. No, fucking, if you're a woman and you want it, fine. But if you're a man and you're ordering breast milk flavored ice cream, you should be in fucking jail. Anyway, there's my little rant. Fine. And male birth control, another thing. Wow. That's, I have some jokes about it. I'm writing jokes about it. So you come to a show, you'll see it. I've just been kind of freeballing. I've been freeballing on stage. I've been just losing my fucking mind. And if you're into that, it's really fun. It's really fun. Very different from this, which is, I think, really nice. You get a little bit of, the thing about losing your shit on stage and then doing podcasts like this where I come off completely fucking normal, which I am somewhat normal on some level, but doing that, I have a part of me that's completely insane, and I have a part of me that's very sane and very grounded. And I think exploring both sides and having this, juxtaposition of what I do on stage and losing it and this, it's nice. These are all parts of me. Why wouldn't I explore both? And if you think I'm a complete nut job just based on what you see on stage, fine. If you think I'm really well-rounded and I have no insanity to me by just watching this, fine. But you should know everyone has that insane part of them, and everyone has the sane part. And for me, these are just outlets. Being on stage and doing that, it's an outlet. Being here and doing this, it's an outlet. But if you only see one side, you think that this guy's a fucking idiot, or this guy, isn't. So I think it's interesting, and I think everybody should be doing that. Explore all parts of yourself. And even if you don't have a big insane side, just push. Like, go so far in the other direction and explore that. Like, oh, maybe that's not really me. That's not authentic. And then you can bring it back. And you go, all right, maybe I just want to talk on stage. And maybe I don't want to say anything, like do anything that I'm doing like this. That's fine. But I have a very emotional and sensitive side to me. And I like talking about feelings, and I like talking about what's going on in my head with other people, and hopefully other people can relate. And then I have a side of me that's just completely fucking mad. I think about crazy shit sometimes. And I know I'm not the only one. And I think when other people see that, it gives them permission to go, okay, I'm not so crazy. There are other people who feel this way. Maybe I'll explore it. And that's all this is. I don't want it to be a soapbox. I don't want to be the guy that's, I'm feeling things. I'm still a fucking man. I'm still fucking, I'm an old school mentality when it comes to that. So this is, I guess, figuring out myself, and maybe other people can do that. All right. I think I said enough. Come to the shows. Listen to the podcast. Mute me on Instagram. I don't know. Do whatever the fuck you want. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you did, if you sat through the whole thing, great. It's amazing. Love it. And I'll see you next time.